Thanks for joining us for these headlines. I'm Don Nelson. A former Boise State football player has been shot and killed. 25-year-old Jack Fields died yesterday after reportedly struggling with the Georgia sheriff's deputy in a hotel lobby. Police say Fields pulled a knife and stabbed the deputy who was trying to arrest him. Fields was shot and pronounced dead at the scene. Fields was a running back for the Broncos from 2012 to 2015. In 2015, he was accused of punching a teammate in the Bronco locker room, knocking him unconscious and causing him to suffer a brain hemorrhage. The shooting is still under investigation. The driver of a Porsche that plowed into a crowd of spectators at an Idaho car show last year will spend 1 week in jail. Roy Drennan of Eagle received the sentence after being convicted of reckless driving last month. A Boise PD investigator said at the time Drennan was showing off for the crowd and then lost control and the car jumped the curb, injuring 11 people. He was sentenced to 180 days, but the judge suspended all but 7. Drennan apologized in court before being taken away in handcuffs. It's official. Boise will be building a new mountain bike skills park to go along with the new dog park that's over at the military reserve. The process didn't come without controversy. The J. and Catherine Albertsons Foundation donated $2 million, but because of city policy, that didn't become public until the council accepted the gift. The confusion could lead to a change in the donation policy. The Boise Parks and Rec Commission unanimously approved the project. 7 more Red Cross volunteers from Idaho, including the agency's regional chief executive officer, will be leaving Sunday to help the fire victims and relief efforts in Northern California. Over 50 people have died in the Camp Fire, making it the deadliest in California history. Some 150,000 acres have burned, hundreds of homes destroyed, hundreds of people still unaccounted for. 3 Red Cross volunteers from Idaho are already in California. They'll be joined by the others next week. They'll be providing food, shelter, even some spiritual support. And so many of those who have lost their homes, the volunteers will be down there for about 2 weeks and graciously spending their Thanksgiving holiday helping fire victims cope with their loss.
We prepare every day for large-scale disasters. This one is particularly devastating. We don't see the loss of life that we are experiencing here with the California wildfires.
If you'd like to help out the California fire victims, Red Cross officials say donating blood is always a good idea since blood is in short supply. Or you can find other ways to donate by just calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. Today is National Adoption Day, and Ada County is celebrating. The courthouse decked out the 4th floor with decorations as parents went before a judge to make their families complete. This day recognizes the importance of giving children permanent, safe, and loving homes.
Well, we did not expect to finalize on National Adoption Day, so it's exciting that we get to celebrate this every year on National Adoption Day.
In the last 5 years, 38 local children have had their adoptions finalized on this day. When we think of growth here in the Treasure Valley, one of the last things that comes to mind is our pets, particularly the impact a growing population has on local shelters and the Idaho Humane Society. You would think more people, more pets, more problems, but the Humane Society actually has seen an interesting swing in sheltered pets over the last few years. There is one area, though, that they're concerned with.
We may have a lot of jobs in the valley, but still many of those jobs don't pay enough to where an owner can afford medical care for their pet. So pets in this country also have a health care crisis, just like we do. Coming up this Sunday night on 6 on Your Side, we take a closer look at the current operations at the Idaho Humane Society and State of 208 and how they are already planning for future growth.